Hi, this is Alex from devstories.eu. DeepEval Framework, Episode 4 of 18. It is one thing if your RAG pipeline answers a question. It is an entirely different problem if it confidently invents details that do not exist in your source documents. Today we are looking at evaluating RAG generators, specifically how to catch those exact failures. A retrieval-augmented generation pipeline has two distinct moving parts. The retriever grabs the relevant documents. The generator takes those documents and writes the final response. We are ignoring the retriever today. We assume your system already fetched the right documents. Our focus is strictly on the generator synthesizing the text. To ensure this text is both safe and useful, you rely on two metrics: faithfulness and answer relevancy. The first metric is faithfulness. This is your primary guardrail against hallucination. Faithfulness measures whether the generator's response, which DeepEval calls the actual output, can be entirely justified by the retrieval context. Consider a standard scenario. A user asks your chatbot about a company healthcare plan. The retriever fetches the correct HR handbook. The generator replies that the plan covers medical, vision, and comprehensive dental. However, the HR handbook never mentions dental coverage. The generator synthesized a highly plausible, well-formatted lie. The faithfulness metric catches this exact behavior. It isolates the claims made in the actual output and verifies them against the retrieval context piece by piece. If the generator includes facts missing from the context, the faithfulness score drops. It does not matter if the fact happens to be true in the outside world. If it is not explicitly supported by the provided context, the metric flags it as a failure. Now, the second piece of this is answer relevancy. A faithful answer is not necessarily a useful answer. The generator could output a perfectly accurate summary of the HR handbook that completely ignores what the user actually asked. Answer relevancy measures how well the actual output directly addresses the original input. It evaluates whether the response is complete, concise, and free of unnecessary rambling. If the user asks for the deductible amount and the generator lists the deductible but then adds 3 paragraphs about the history of the company health insurance, the answer relevancy score decreases. The system penalizes evasive or bloated information just as strictly as missing information. To evaluate these metrics, you build a test case in DeepEval. You must provide 3 variables. First, the input, representing the user prompt. Second, the actual output, which is the text your generator produced. Third, the retrieval context, containing the raw text from the documents your retriever fed to the generator. You pass this test case to both metrics. DeepEval evaluates the text and calculates a score between 0 and 1 for each. You define a passing threshold. If a response scores a 0.9 on faithfulness but a 0.4 on answer relevancy, you know the generator is safe but unhelpful. If the scores are reversed, your generator is helpful but actively hallucinating. Here is the key insight. When evaluating generators, you must systematically decouple truth from context. A successful generator does not tell the absolute truth. It tells exactly what the provided documents allow it to tell, answering only what was asked and nothing more. Thanks for listening. Happy coding, everyone.